Hello and welcome back to another Wheel Wednesday where I spin this wheel and then do the prompts on the wheel. Last time I couldn't do this because I was really busy. And by this I mean the voiceover. I still did the art. I just couldn't actually get to doing this part, voiceover part. Anyway, back to the, prompting. Today's prompt was by Mother Hecker on Discord. And it was to make basically just a wallpaper for a computer. I did this in 16:9, so hopefully that's, what they were hoping for, and not like a 4:3 or something. And outside of that, I didn't really know what to draw, so I just kind of started putting stuff down. My first thought was, when is the last time I did anything green? So I started making something green, and at first I thought, I'm gonna make some dragon creature lizard thing because green, but I'm not sure how much different it is. It's definitely different. It's still kind of dragony in the end. Definitely strange, and I definitely go with plantness for the green rather than like scales of a lizard. So, let's just say it's different. I mean, I guess the name of it should indicate that it is different than some sort of dragon or reptile. Some sort of spirit thing. Forest spirit. Whatever you want to call it. And, yep. Since I came into this with no plan, I feel like it's hard to talk about it. Since I just kind of tried to make it look planty. I did not use any reference. I just thought, what does planta look like? And then I end up thinking, well, this looks kind of boring. So I add a bunch of weird, colorful effects, but that's not till way later. At least I'm pretty sure it's not till way later. From my memory, it's not till probably 3/4 of the way through drawing. I also end up adding like big old tusks / horn things to the face because I thought the face was looking really bland at the time. I mean, yeah. I think the tusks will eventually be a good touch when, I actually start adding them in this time lapse. But for now, you'll just have to trust me. Or look at the thumbnail to this, probably. If I had to guess, I haven't made the thumbnail yet, but it's probably 99% chance that it's going to be shown in the thumbnail, so yeah. What else about this? I mean, I feel like I've covered most of it. Like, it's a weird plant creature thing. And I really didn't know what to do with the face, which you could probably tell from me erasing and redoing the face like 3 times before settling on this shape. And I wanted to get it to be like a big bushy beard looking type shape of face because of, at that point I was already thinking about vines and the such. Here's my first attempt at weird tusks. I will very quickly get rid of these because I do not like how they are just straight up. And they block so much of the little tiny face that this guy's got without really adding too much. So then I went with these over-the-top curved ones. Oh, maybe not over the top, but definitely more interesting than the straight-up ones. And then I also covered them in this plant material, fiber stuff, vines. Also, yes, I've already been adding some yellow inside of everything. Just trying to spice up the color from just green and dark green. I should be changing that up even more eventually. Here I'm just adding more highlights because, again, that green to dark green, I wanted to do more than just that. And I spent a lot of time in the shadows on this one. I just felt like they were never quite right. Like everything was just a little too muddy, maybe a little too blended together rather than any hard edge. So I tried to work on that quite a bit. I also tried to add in what kinda sorta looked like bones, especially in the ribcage area. But I'm honestly still not sure if this creature would have actual bones or if it would all just be like mimicry of bones. And otherwise it's just completely made out of plant material. Which, thinking about it, probably is. I didn't really think about the biology of this creature beyond plant. Well, and having the base of a dragon-esque body. At this point I add some more blue into it. Just trying to shift away from that green. Like, it's still very much a blue-green. More so on the green side, but just a little something extra to spice it up. Now here I'm adding like a yellowy green and just a yellow/orange just to spice things up. And I end up adding a whole lot of those colors. Yep, here's the effects part. That's it. Not quite 3/4. About 3/4 actually, all the way through. Anyway, I do a whole bunch of this. One, because, you know, the thing I said of trying to get away from that green and dark green as colors. And two, magic. Ooh. Cool effects. Isn't that awesome? Shiny colors. Jingling keys. Jingle, jingle. And now here I'm, again, going back to that shadow on the body, just thinking that it was not good looking. And I keep going back to that. Here I'm actually adding a floor and a somewhat of a background, which at this point I was like, I should actually put this guy in some sort of forest. So I try to make the background look like forest, and eventually I add some bushes and some ferns to the front of the painting itself, just to, you know, sell that effect more. Yep, back to the shadow. Big fan of messing with the shadow this time. Even after putting 500 different effects on it that look like they'd produce light. Here come more effects. Just a big fan of effects in this one. I think in my head I was thinking it had to be a more grand piece since it would be being made as a background. I'm not really sure if that was required. Probably not. Maybe a little over the top. Maybe not. It's all personal preference. Would I use it as a background? Maybe if I didn't have one I liked already. Which, I mean, maybe that's a failure on my part then. Should have made one that I would have loved having as a background. Which, yeah, thinking about it now, I could have made it, don't second guess yourself. It's good. I like it. I should not be judging it based on arbitrary rules. Especially when that was not at all what the prompt was. Like, it's still definitely interesting. I just think that it could have been better. Which means I have areas to improve in. Yippee. Big fan of improving. Anyway, I guess on the piece itself, it's been just detailing for a while. Add more little tiny effect colors, fix up the shadows more, yada yada yada. Finish it off with those bushes I was talking about, putting it in the front, and that's it. So thank you for watching and listening. Maybe probably talk to you next Wheel Wednesday, because those are the times that I know I have free time and really try to do this. So thank you. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye.